Let's start with this clever free kick routine from Arsenal against Nottingham Forest. The free kick is just outside the box on the right side, with Ethan and Nweri standing over the ball. Inside the box, Arsenal create a clear attacking structure. They place 4 players in a cluster at the far post, while Gabriel and Zubamendi are ready to attack the near post. But Arsenal also keep players positioned around the edge of the box, Rice and Trossard, so they can either cross immediately or play short and attack the defence in a different way. Forest react by focusing most of their defenders around the goal area. Their priority is protecting the 6-yard box. As the routine begins, Arsenal's cluster of 4 start making attacking movements. This movement keeps the defenders' attention inside the penalty area, but Gabriel and Zubamendi do something different. Instead of attacking the ball immediately, they screen the Forest defenders, blocking the players who could step out and disrupt the routine. Meanwhile, Arsenal play the free kick back, the ball moves from Nweri to Rice, and then quickly across to Trossard. This short combination shifts the defensive block across the box, and now the front post area starts to open. Because of Gabriel and Zubamendi's screens, Trossard is now free to deliver the ball. Meanwhile, Zubamendi has changed his role and is now ready to attack the goal along with Merino. Trossard lifts the ball over the pack and delivers it to the far post, and Zubamendi wins the aerial duel to head the ball into the net. A really smart routine, first using screens to protect the play, and then timing the run perfectly to attack the cross. Now let's take a look at a different type of free kick routine, this time from Sunderland. The free kick is in a central area just outside the box, and at a first glance it looks like a standard delivery into the area. But look at the defensive line. Forest are set quite flat, holding a high line across the edge of the box. From this angle, you can clearly see the space Sunderland are trying to exploit. There's a gap between the defensive line and the goal, especially towards the far side. And this is key. Sunderland position Alderete slightly deeper, just on the blind side of the defenders. As Xhaka starts his run up, Alderete executes a perfectly timed ghost run. He slips behind Masuaku's back, using his teammate to hide and peel his run away from defenders. Xhaka hits a high arching cross towards the back post. Alderete sprints into free space behind the defensive line and meets the ball completely unmarked. He scores with a diving header. The keeper gets a small touch, but the power carries the ball back into the net. A really effective routine using timing, blindside positioning, and late movement to break the defensive line. Now let's look at another example, this time from Bournemouth. The free kick is taken from a deeper, wider area, so this is clearly set up for a delivery into the box. But what's interesting here is Bournemouth's structure. They load up the far side of the D with a cluster of players, but keep Evanilson and Krupi on the near side ready for the second phase. The ball is played long, across goal, towards the cluster on the far side. Senesi is the Bournemouth player who ends up in the aerial duel, but he is not trying to send the ball on towards goal. Instead, he is looking to flick it back towards the near side, where Evanilson and Krupi are free. Their priority from the get-go was to be in a prime position to exploit the second ball, rather than getting lost in the initial crowd. Krupi Jr., completely unmarked, finds himself in the optimal spot to meet Senesi's flick. He strikes a clean cross-goal volley that flies past the Leeds goalkeeper to secure a late equaliser. Another really effective routine built around winning the second ball and attacking the defence before they can reset. Now let's move on to this example from Manchester United. The free kick is wide on the left side with Bruno Fernandes standing over the ball. Crystal Palace defend with a high line across the edge of the box. They're compact, organised, and ready to defend the first ball. They also keep Adam Wharton in a slightly more advanced position to stay in touching distance with the United players around him. The largest gap in Palace's zonal setup is actually located between Kamada and Mitchell, although Mitchell tries to tuck in closer to his teammates just before the free kick is taken, he doesn't close that space down. The key detail for United's attack is Xerxes' starting position. He is goal side of the defensive line, so he actually starts the play offside. As Fernandez begins his run-up, Xerxes quickly retreats a few steps into the gap between Kamada and Mitchell and is onside as the ball is struck. He immediately spins and launches a run towards goal to meet the delivery. Fernandez's free kick bounces once near the penalty spot. Xerxes controls the ball with his chest and strikes a left-footed volley, his weaker foot, from a very tight angle. Again, a great routine using movement to break the line and a perfectly timed run to attack the space in behind. Now let's look at Newcastle, and this is a really smart free kick routine. The ball is very deep, slightly left of the centre circle, and Lewis Hall is standing over it. Chelsea are set up with a high line focusing on the central areas, but this leaves Pedro Neto isolated as he goes to mark Newcastle's winger Anthony Gordon. Hall plays a low-driven pass to Gordon before Neto is in position. This immediately creates a 1v1 situation, and as Neto is also a winger, not a fullback, it gives Newcastle an advantage. Gordon sees the opportunity and takes on Neto, driving forward and forcing Chelsea's defensive line to drop deeper. Gordon executes a sharp cut inside onto his right foot and delivers a mid-height driven cross aimed at the penalty area. Newcastle are loading the box with three distinct threats to attack the delivery. Voltemade is occupying the penalty spot, Shah hovering at the back post, and Thior in between them. It's a clever bit of movement which gives Newcastle a good chance of getting to the ball first. On top of this, Lewis Miley and Jacob Ramsey do not go for the ball and instead hold their positions at the top of the box, creating a screen and preventing two of Chelsea's defenders from interfering and giving Newcastle better odds. Voltemade is at the receiving end of this cross and pushes the ball into the net with a clever toe poke from close range. A great routine that reacts to the defender's setup and uses the individual talent of the players available. You know who would have scored in any of these 5 situations? Khalil Grad. He's the man who did the analysis for this video. Send him a message, say hello. Thanks a lot, Khalil.